we got the Civivi Yonder on the table today. This is the knife I'm going to do a comparison with the Kaiser Pokemon. The Yonder's got a 2.88 inch blade on it, 14C 28 inch steel. It has a black stonewash finish on the blade. Blade thickness 0.09 inches. That would be 2.2 millimeter. Hardness of 57 through 59. HRC, has a flat grind. They're calling this a spay point blade. Very similar to a sheep's foot. Might have a little bit more belly on it. They also make the same knife with Damascus steel, and it has a wood handle, I believe, on that one. Handle on this one's micarta. They're claiming it's a dark green. I don't know, guys. Does that look dark green? More of a charcoal, grayish black. There's a green. There's a green. So, color, a little off to me, but I still like it. Okay, cage ceramic ball bearings in here. The handle length, 3.74 inches. This is a canvas micarta, they're calling it, and it's on the smooth side. It's not super grippy. So, if that matters to you, might be something you need to note. We have crossbar lock, of course. Locks up nice and strong. No complaints. To me, this knife is for EDC, everyday carry. Knife for light duty, small tasks. Opening up packages, boxes, stuff like that. Cutting various things, rope, fishing string, zip ties, that kind of stuff. Probably wouldn't want it as a defensive weapon. The weight on this knife is 2.53 ounces. So, pretty lightweight knife. But doesn't feel too cheap to me. I actually kind of like it. What I like about this knife is the color, even though the description calls it a dark green and I call it a charcoal, black to grayish. But nonetheless, I do like the color. I like how the hardware matches everything. Matches really well. It looks nice. Thumb studs. I like that they're black and they match the other hardware. As I said in my last video, that is a pet peeve of mine. I don't like all the silly colors. We have a nice short clip here. Low ride. And it holds very firm in your pocket. I mean, super firm. Makes it almost a little hard to, pull out of your pocket. Maybe that will loosen up over time. Not a big deal. I also like that it's very minimal writing or markings on the blade. Nothing on this side. We have very small down here at the base. Name of the steel, 14C 28N. Not sure if we can see that on camera. Very tiny down there. And then we have a Z with some arrows pointing on the knife. My guess would be that's for Zach Whitmore, the designer of this knife with Civivi. Action on it's nice and smooth, pretty quick. I think that has to do with the possibly thickness of the blade here, which is also a con to me. It seems a little extra thin. If we could see down in there how thin it is at the base of that blade. And some might say it's thin because it's a thin blade for good slicing, but we could have it thick at the base and then thin out pretty quick through here and still have it just as thin, I would think. Do I dislike anything else here? I'm not a big fan of the shiny chrome or silver. I'd rather have that than a silly color like red, purple, or something like that. But I'd rather that be muted, like a charcoal or black color. Other than that, can't really say anything bad about it. I think it's a nice looking knife. I'm going to put this head to head with the Kaiser Pokemon. We'll go over the aesthetics, functions, the feel, all that good stuff. Compare that, and then I'm actually going to put them through some testing and see which one comes out on top. So stay tuned for that if you're interested. But I think that's going to be it for this quick little overview and initial impressions of this knife. Alright guys, there you go.